Hi everyone, I just wanted to make a really quick tutorial on how to use ScopeBoxer so you've got a better idea of how you might use it to plan your projects. Here I've just opened a blank and empty scene and I've right-clicked my MVP, the gold box in the middle, and I'm just putting in my data for my imaginary project. I am making this up as I go along, but it's just an example of how I would use the software. So just there you saw me inputting some basic information. I left-click box to create a box, and I've decided all of these red boxes are going to be levels. So that's how I'm sort of organizing that information. This is a tutorial level. I set the priority to must out of the 3, and then the blue ones I've decided to use for features. So this one's a teleporting feature. And I'm just, every time you see me putting in the details there, I'm just sort of skipping the typing just to save you guys some time, because you don't really need to see that. So yeah, I left-click box, I left-click the top here where I'm putting in the title of this new mechanic, and then I'm typing in all the details so that later when I print out these details by using the print button in the bottom left, it all comes in the GDD and I can copy and paste into the GDD. So this is another blue one for another feature, and you can sort of see how the scene is starting to build up. So just to really quickly go over the controls while I'm putting in more information, left click and hold is to move the camera, and then just left clicking on the buttons on the left sort of spawns these things into the scene, and then wherever your mouse is, you can then left click to set the object, the box is placed. That purple one there I've used for characters. So it doesn't really matter what kind of project you're making. ScopeBoxer is good for video games, for board games, for videos or animations that you want to create. But you're just basically defining every single thing that you want to put in your game, so that if someone else was to take a look at your project, they could easily figure out what it is that you want to create. And I know this feels like it's a lot of time. You could potentially build really big things in here, depending on how much detail you went into. When you're making your projects, it's important to be as honest as you can with everything you want to do. So if you have 50 characters, it's worth creating a box with the details of 50 characters in them so that you can see just how much you're planning to make. It's a lot of work making 50 different and wholly unique characters. So if you were to take a look at those and decide actually 25 of those 50 characters use the same mesh and animations, like it's just their names that are different and they have maybe a different hat, then that's going to be a lot less work. So you could create the smaller projects of 25 different hats out of bits, because they're a lot easier to do than rigging and animating and creating 50 different characters. And then once you're done, you drop down these boxes and you can grab and reorder them however you decide you might want them. I'm struggling to get the one that I want there. And then here are the bits. You press print, and once it's printed, you can close out of the program. I didn't bother saving, and it saves to your desktop this text file with all the information that you exported in it. So then you can quite easily copy and paste all this information into your GDD. And that's pretty much how you would use ScopeBoxer for planning your projects. Instead of writing everything down immediately and then expanding and expanding, thinking I want to add this feature, I want to add that feature, it's very difficult to visualize the size of your project when you're just putting it all in a Word document. So that's the issue that I wanted to overcome with this.